Hi there, I'm William Barzi from the British Blacklist, and today we are joined by the amazingly talented Kingsley Ben-Adir. I just wanted to get straight into it and say, last year you played Barack Obama. This year you've decided to don the glasses and play Malcolm X. What is it about roles of this magnitude that attract you? You definitely like a challenge, that's all I could say.
Yeah, well, Obama came through, and it was I was like, oh, this would be really, because Obama was a much smaller part than Malcolm. It was 4 or 5 scenes, and I just thought it'd be a really interesting acting challenge to try and see if I could, nail the essence of one of the most recognizable, people on the planet. And with Regina, the opportunity to work with her and to play Malcolm in this film, I mean, like, those opportunities from in the acting world, they don't come around that often. So I was aware of how significant a moment that audition for Regina was, and then we jumped on the phone and we worked it out, and it was an incredible journey from start to finish filming Malcolm and Obama, and at the same time, so yeah.
Yeah, I know that you were transitioning on back and forth between the two. I guess I'm having to fiddle the accents as well. So you really, really hit the nail on the head. The essence was definitely captured from a viewing perspective.
Thank you.
You're welcome. You're definitely welcome, because Malcolm X has always been looked at as more than a man, often misunderstood. And I feel like you really captured the element of his personal life and showed his whole emotional palette. How important was it for you to humanize him like this? And did it take an emotional or mental toll on you in doing it?
Oh, I mean, it was absolutely the only way I was going into this, and the only reason why I wanted to go into this was because when you read Kemp's script, you're like, oh, this is Malcolm. This is a really different take on, such a famous character, and there is a vulnerability about the piece as a whole for all of the characters that, felt like such an exciting opportunity. It was like, I wanted to show who Malcolm was as a father and a husband, and Malcolm in private. And what's really interesting about this opportunity as well is that the stakes for Malcolm on this night were so high. There was such significant changes going on in his life, and there was a real sense that his life was in danger. He was being pushed out of the Nation of Islam, and things were about to change in a really, really big way. So there was a real vulnerability about his situation, which I thought was just a great way into exploring his humanity and his sort of maybe the kinder, gentler, more, vulnerable side. Yeah.
No, you did that amazingly. We definitely saw a side to Malcolm X outside of what we see on the TV. Like you said, all of the paranoia and just how vulnerable and fragile he was at that particular time. And the monologues that you were delivering were so powerful that as a Black, like, you were speaking to me about how we should use our platforms and our talents. And I just wanted to know what was like delivering that, and how did you feel going forward with your career, how you would take that on board?
Do you know what? I got into this when I was young. I didn't necessarily know what was happening, but I guess I fell in love with independent films and acting because of those moments in films that can sort of like awaken people and make you feel something, because on some level, those moments are really asking us to like look at our humanity and see how we connect with that other human being on screen. So the challenge really for me was trying to tap into who Malcolm was as a human being, so everyone can recognize that he was a man, and like he put his life on the line for Black people, and he lost it, and that's really serious. What he stood for, and the loss to the community and to the world. So, what just a treat to get to explore him in that setting and really investigate, how difficult it must have been for him, knowing that his time was probably coming to an end. And we're talking about someone who knew that his time was coming to an end and said it. So just an incredible human being to get to explore.
Well, thank you for exploring him in this light. We really appreciate the word you've delivered to us, and we look forward to seeing more of you, and we look forward to people getting to see this performance of yours. Thank you, Kingsley.
Thank you, bro.
Pleasure.